For anyone seeking inner peace today, you are not the mind, listen. There are two words Jesus spoke that most people hear, but almost no one truly understands. Not a prayer, not a request, not a hope for help, just two words. I am. Most people rush past those words as if they're only a name. But when you slow down, when you really listen, something extraordinary begins to reveal itself. Because Jesus wasn't describing who he was as a person. He was revealing what you are beneath every role, every struggle, every fear. And when this understanding lands, not intellectually, but inwardly, your life does not improve slowly. It reorients completely. The core revelation: Jesus never said, "Please God, change this." He never said, "I hope things get better." He never begged the universe. He spoke from being, not from need. When he said, "I am," he wasn't identifying with a body, a story, or a past. He was standing in the awareness of presence itself, the living awareness behind all experience. This is the part most religion never explains clearly. I am is not something you say. I am is something you recognize. It is the silent awareness that is already here, before thought, before fear, before identity. Why most suffering continues, think about how those words are used every day. I am tired. I am anxious. I am broke. I am afraid. Each time, awareness is unconsciously fused with a condition. And when awareness believes it is the condition, suffering feels permanent. Jesus never said, "I am sick." He never said, "I am lacking." He said, "I am the light. I am the way. I am the life," not as affirmation, but as affirmation. Real-life story number 1: health, American context. A woman in Ohio, mid-50s. Mother of 2, lived with chronic pain for nearly a decade. Doctors couldn't find a clear cause. Medications helped temporarily, then stopped. What exhausted her most wasn't the pain, it was the identity. She didn't just have pain. She was a person in pain. One quiet afternoon, she heard a teaching that asked a single question: who is aware of the pain? That question changed everything. For the first time, she noticed something radical. The awareness noticing pain was not in pain. The body hurt. The awareness did not. She didn't fight the symptoms. She didn't deny the diagnosis. She simply stopped saying, "I am the pain." Over months, not days, the pain softened, then faded, then stopped defining her life. Not because she forced healing, but because she stopped identifying with what she was never meant to be. This is not positive thinking, let this be clear. This teaching is not about pretending everything is fine. It's not denial. It's not spiritual bypassing. It's deeper. It's the recognition that what you are aware of cannot be what you are. Awareness is prior to every condition. That awareness, the simple sense of being, is what Jesus called real-life story number 2: money and purpose. A small business owner in Arizona was on the edge of losing everything: debt, stress, sleepless nights. Every morning began with the same thought: I am failing. He worked harder. He prayed more desperately. Nothing changed. Then something subtle shifted. Instead of asking for money, he began sitting quietly each morning before checking emails. No affirmations, no visualization, just recognition. Before the business, before the fear, I am. Not I am successful, not I am wealthy. Just I am present, aware, alive. Ideas came calmly. Connections appeared naturally. Decisions became clear. 4 months later, the business didn't just recover. It transformed into something more aligned, more sustainable, more meaningful. The outer change followed an inner shift of identity. Why this works? Because life doesn't respond to effort. It responds to consciousness. What you identify as self determines how reality organizes around you. When identity is fear, life reflects resistance. When identity is lack, life mirrors scarcity. When identity is awareness, life begins to flow. The practice, simple, not dramatic. This is not something you do once. It's something you return to. When fear arises, pause. Ask gently, who is aware of this fear? When pain appears, pause. Notice the awareness watching sensation. When lack shouts, pause. Return to the sense of being that exists before thought. This is what it means to live from I am. Real life story number 3, relationships. A man in his 60s carried resentment toward his brother for decades. Old wounds, unspoken words. Every interaction reopened the past. Then he stopped trying to fix the relationship and instead asked, who is aware of this anger? The anger softened, not instantly, but honestly. He began seeing his brother not as a problem, but as another human lost in identity just like he once was. They didn't become perfect, but peace returned, and peace changed everything. The biggest obstacles, truthfully, there will be moments where nothing seems to change. Moments where fear feels louder than truth. Moments where you forget completely. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. The shift always happens inside first. Roots before fruit. The deepest integration. Living from I am doesn't mean you stop being human. You still feel. You still care. You still live. But beneath it all, like a wave that knows it is the ocean, you stop chasing peace. You stop demanding outcomes. You stop fighting life. And life begins to cooperate. Final invitation right now. Whatever you're facing, pause. Not to fix it. Not to analyze it. Just notice. You are aware. That awareness has no age, no history, no fear. That is what Jesus pointed to. That is what changes everything. If this understanding touched something deep in you, like this video so others can find it. Subscribe for more teachings that go beyond surface spirituality into lived truth. And comment I am, not as words, but as recognition. Because the moment you truly understand why Jesus said, I am, your life no longer moves from fear. It moves from truth.